Ready to be outdriven. I'm working my way to the top to doing this shit for a living. If you want that money, be double out. And if you want that trophy, take double out. And if you wanna be a winner, be double out. And if you wanna be a champ, take double out. Be double out, take double out. Be double out.
And we are back at the BE00TAKE00 show. It's episode number 6. I am PJ North with the esteemed co-host Tebow Fluff, hanging out in Stacking, Gainesville, Florida. What's the good word, baby?
We got to push back another day, which I'm gonna let them know right now. This rig that I'm in, it probably weighs 3 million pounds. If they put me in grass,
Anywhere,
they better call the Air Force to get me out of it. Okay, like we're done. So I don't care when they park me, but if they try that, it's over with.
where they have y'all stacked at?
Oh, we're out here in these pit lanes where the spectators park. But like, if you
Okay.
want to get back to your motorhome in a regular vehicle,
Yeah.
this place is rutted up worse than a motocross.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, at least they're being cognizant about it. Like, normally they just be like, go figure it out yourself. Park where, you know what I mean? We're parking you out here whether you like it or not.
Yeah, whatever. It don't. I mean, at this point, it don't even matter.
Right. That's great. You're in the toter home and stacker, I take it. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's Chris's trailer?
Y'all know that's his. Yeah.
Oh, but
This
you
is
have
his.
your cars in there.
Yeah, and then one outside that sat in the rain for a day and a half.
Yeah. Okay. Yikes. Hard.
But I had
pass.
the cover on it. I had the awning out. Ready to rock.
Okay, so you're living good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Life is good in Florida right now, I should say. Let's give it a few days and see how that goes.
Something like that.
Before we get into it, man, thank y'all for joining us live on YouTube. If you're watching, please hit that like and subscribe button. That helps us out. Do me a solid, you know. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, leave us a 1-star or 5-star. Make sure you hit that subscribe and follow button there. Again, man, we like to know where everybody's watching from. We can see all of it. The analytics these days are out there for us to view, so we know if you're watching it, and we appreciate everybody that has watched it, shared it with their friends. If y'all are enjoying it, thank you. We've gotten feedback, which is cool, man. We're always looking for more feedback to know. Long-time listener, first-time call. That was good, Adam. We're always looking for information, man, of what we can do better. Whether or not you liked
What do
it
you
or
mean
not.
1-star or 5-star? Isn't we only want one or the other? Which
Yeah,
one's
but
the best?
nah, man. If it's at 1 and everyone sees
5?
it's a 1-star, then they're like, dude, this has got to be the greatest podcast ever. If everyone's giving it a 1, it's like a running joke. Then at
So
least they're
wait, wait, wait,
engaging.
wait.
It's like votes in general. You know,
What?
I'm telling you, it's crazy how it works, dude. We're just trying to trick the algorithm into thinking we're successful. That's all we're trying to do, really. I promise. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I've
My
heard.
God. Hey, I like it. Whatever. I don't know whatever he's saying. He knows that stuff. I'm asking because I want to know. Now
Yeah,
y'all
it's
know.
yeah.
I
There's
know.
you know, it's like if someone posts, "This is the worst food I've ever had." The saying is no press is bad press, right? So if they're not talking about it and they're not posting on it and they're not giving us a rating, then we're bad. So you know, we like to know that you guys are watching and actively listening. Comment, let us know. Walt Walker's here. Adam Jackpack. Adam, I can't believe you're joining us. Adam, I want to know your lights out feedback when we get to that point, because you're probably the only person that's going to be in this chat that watched it outside of like me seeing highlights. So I'm going to ask for your expert opinion. But
Christopher Mattingly
Christopher was there?
fireballed another one. Yeah.
Oh, what did he have? His pro mod there?
No, yeah, X275 driving one of Preston's Mammal, the
Okay.
4-door Lincoln thing.
Oh, and he grenaded it.
Oh yeah, another Ford motor
Okay.
gone.
Well, we're going to talk about lights out. We're going to get to it. But before we get to it, let's talk about NHRA racing has commenced, which obviously this is not just class racing, but we do a lot of that early in the season, obviously, as Tyler knows, and Tyler is doing, and my schedule and all those things. So we're going to talk a lot about it. That's the racing that's kicked off. Orlando Divisional, Phoenix Double, both happened. Let's talk about Tyler's weekend before we get too far into it. But before we talk about Tyler, do you want me to show the video?
Sure.
All right, look, we're gonna kick this little video off here as
Well, let me preview this.
Preface it.
by
There you
saying,
go.
I don't know. Okay, so like luck is bad. All right, so I'm sitting here in this right here. I had my phone in the microwave the other night, and I'm like, I'm gonna send PJ a video because he loves these videos that I come up with and
I
send
do.
me. So I put my phone in the microwave and I made this video, about. I just got in. It was like 9 o'clock at night or something. We've been driving all day and
Rough go
fixing
of it.
shit. Yeah. So I send PJ this video.
It's a great video. Let's take a listen.
I really don't know why I'm doing this. I'm sitting in the microwave of the motorhome. I'm eating cold chicken tenders. It's 9 p.m. I spent 7 hours at a truck stop, spending $1,500 to get the starter fixed on his motorhome today. My dash Dodge broke a clamp somewhere in like the turbo piping or something. It won't run 70 mile an hour with a tailwind. Both my race cars suck again. And tomorrow's Monday. My dragster has to sit outside for the next 2 days because we're going back home to make money. And I was like, it's Florida. It's just going to be sunny. It's supposed to rain 1.5 inches tomorrow. I mean, it got covered, but what did I do wrong?
Man, what what a feedback by Tebow, man. Yeah.
Hey, Jason, if you watch that recap video, I'm going to need some of that Jim Beam.
Yeah, Jason, send some Jim down with Tebow. I'm not a whiskey guy, but all right, let's talk about it though. Let's talk about Orlando. What transpired for you before we get into the actual race results?
Dropped the hammer in testing, and my 3rd gen Camaro did about 150-foot wheel stand.
Unbelievable! If y'all didn't see it, man, that was it was awesome.
Listen. It went in the 8 seconds. Okay, I've got a 3rd gen Camaro. It went 890. It was going 891 the last run, but it went 894 and 895 in testing. And
Shutting it
I
off,
thought,
right?
And I was too. No, well, that was wide
actual
open runs, but we were hitting the chip.
Yeah.
I made some changes, and then Q3 or whatever, we were going 91, and I shut off.
Yeah, I don't think people quite understand. Like, I mean, I think they get it, right, to a certain extent. But this is a car that your grandfather built, that your dad perfected. Your dad drove it. Joey built it. Joey drove it a little, and your dad drove it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you obviously got it back. I don't even know how many years ago. And it's got it's a 376, right? LS. Is that what it is?
It's a 427.
427 LS. 890s. Dude's going 90 under in FGT is really, really stout. Like, very few people do that. Like, fast cars, obviously Doug Duell, guys like that who have, just FU money. You know what I'm saying? Like, great.
When I started with this motor, I was going 960s and 70s.
I remember. Yeah, dude. I had a 390. I had a 376, or what I have, the 396? Which one did I have?
396, yeah.
Yeah, the 396. Same setup, basically. I was going 920s. The only time I've ever been faster than Tyler, shout out. But just incredible to see that. And it was doing perfect wheel stands. It was long. It was doing its thing. It was great. And then
this thing was like a space shuttle. Okay, like it drives. It cleared the beams on the ground and then went up. And it shifted. Second gear still going up. Like, I've never felt a race car that. I mean, I've been a lot faster than that, but this thing was badass.
Man, he sent me the videos, and I was just like in awe of the car, because I've seen it obviously race, and he's run super stock JA and been the second fastest car in the country.
Sorry. I knew this was going to come up because I knew somebody smarter than me and you was going to say something. It's before I ever sent you the video.
Okay.
I said, if he uses this, I said, somebody's going to bring this up. I don't know. Okay. I didn't want to wait 3 minutes for the chicken to warm up, but I was okay with eating cold chicken while videoing. Yeah. I didn't eat the chicken. Yes. I knew this was coming.
Walt, I'm glad you called it out. And Chuck, man, you're not giving your guy enough, you're not giving him enough credit, man. I know a lot goes wrong, but think of how many times it does go right. It went wrong this weekend. But those 7 passes. Hold on, those 7 runs that you made that were really good were like really. I wish people could see how good they really were. The passes look clean. Obviously, did a perfect. It was like set up to do what it did, and then it just decided like, nah, bro, we're not gonna. Then it just didn't turn on.
Yeah, no. Then I come back from Super Comp and I see Josh like running around. I'm like, I bet that one's broke. Because
Oh,
like, what else am I supposed to think right now? I
right.
figured it out today. I figured it out. This is when it all started. Okay, Indy is like that race that just breaks your heart every year as soon as you
Yep.
think you have a chance. Okay, fourth round, stalker picks up 800s. I did probably the second time in my life I did not make the call for a round,
Yeah.
and it breaks the starter going to the staging lanes, and then I can't get to the staging lanes the first race out.
Yep.
First divisional. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna burn something. I'm gonna
You know,
burn.
it's crazy because by the end of it, right, you're just like, damn, everything's new on this car again, right? And you're like, I got to replace this, and let me put
Yeah,
this new
like
on
the
here, and let
car
me put
needs redone, but it's
Yeah.
just the paint. Okay, the
Yeah.
paint don't affect the son bitch going up and down the racetrack.
I know that's right. It's
Okay,
a
I
tough.
rewired this car 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's a tough sledding. So Superstock did not fare well, did not make the call to the round. Someone got them a
Super
nice
Comp was
buy,
shit,
and you
too,
know
but
whoever
we
did
don't
get
work.
that, who were you supposed to run?
Uh, damn it,
All right.
Mike. It's a factory super stock B. Mike, super cool dude,
Okay.
awesome dude.
Hey
I
Mike,
just can't
I'm
remember
just
his
gonna
last
say,
name.
hey man, Mike with the FSSB car, be thankful today because Tyler was making runs. I'm just gonna throw that
No,
out there.
how about the fact that I looked at the track record of like how the ladder fell.
Yeah,
First time ever dialing in the eights in super stock, and I
getting
wasn't gonna
chased.
I was gonna get chased for the first 3 rounds.
Karma is a bitch, dog. I'm here to
Yeah.
tell you. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about Super Comp. You did get by round 1 of Super Comp, but you did not fare well after that,
No,
unfortunately.
first round, it made a really slow run. It went 94 on the deck. I got no 60-foot time, and the SD card crashed in the grid, and I don't know how to work the race back. So therefore, I had no data to see. Like,
Sick.
I thought maybe my shit's just junk. So I
Right.
sped it up a tenth. I was going 874 second round.
So I just don't, it's the drastic change here, right? So the crazier thing is that your two cars are almost dialed exactly the same, right? You're dialed 890, and you probably were going to dial somewhere in that
It's
club.
so
It's
cool.
pretty wild, right? But he goes out there at 890 index, and he's got to shutter down 12 miles an hour and still goes under.
Oh no, I killed 21 miles
Oh,
an hour,
21
and
miles. Oh,
I'm
that's
still
right.
under
Yeah.
500s.
I just know
500s.
McCandless was next to him, like, where is this sumbitch
Dude,
going?
listen, we're halfway through the shutdown,
Yeah.
and I finally, you got a Hans on.
Yeah.
So I can't see shit. And I finally get turned around to like see where he's at, and
Yeah.
he's next to me, and he's got the fucking parachute out. And I'm like, if I just got shoot dropped, I'm gonna just
Damn.
hurt
It
myself.
got rough at Orlando for my guy.
Yeah.
He should have visited Disney World.
So I look at the ticket. I took 31. His parachute's out. I'm like, I'm just gonna drive it through the scoreboards. Like I'm just gonna right back up the racetrack. And I get to the ticket booth, and I think it was Tony Morris. He comes over. He goes, "Parachute was out after the finish line. Don't worry."
Oh,
I was like, "Oh, thank
Yeah.
God!" And I drove off.
yikes. Tough go of it down there. And
Mike Howard,
look,
that's it.
I Decker is obviously working, so I know he's listening. Maybe
Yeah.
we got to talk about what happened to Decker first round of stock. And this is going to lead into the conversation about the race as a whole. I saw that Josh Decker was 120 up front. That's real?
Yeah, on first round. Yeah.
What happened?
Listen, I don't know. I was 100. With the year that I finished third in the world, I was 100 in stock at least.
No.
Twice.
The reason I'm asking is
But-
because I saw a lot
Yeah.
of like wild things across both Orlando and Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't with Josh. I really get nervous that it's me, right? Like I've got him doing so much
Yeah,
right now
working
that
on
he
your
can't
stuff
focus,
that's taken
you
away
know.
from his rig. Yeah, I got you.
But like I want to give it a couple more races.
Sure.
But I do feel that way. Like I'd hope I don't have too much on him that he can't,
Sure.
because he makes good runs.
Yeah,
We
he
just
makes
had like
plenty
one
of
bad
yeah,
run.
I
or
wasn't.
one bad
That
one.
was just weird, and I was like,
You know.
damn, this is crazy.
Yeah, like Bradenton was great, and we had more going on there than we did at
Right.
Orlando.
Yeah. And that, like I said, that leads to the stuff of Phoenix. I texted Tyler this. I watched the Phoenix double online, and I sent him super gas, and I was like, this is, I'll be honest with you, Mike Boehner, shout out to winning on Sunday, because I saw just a lot of bad runs. again, I'm not saying I make great runs, so this is me strictly
Right, it's
like
just when you look at the box score of a
Yeah,
race,
yeah, yeah,
especially in
exactly.
Supergas, you expect,
Right.
you know what you look at
Right,
these,
right,
okay?
right,
This
right.
isn't.
And
Yeah,
they
it's
don't
not
ask
that
you,
I
look,
can go out there and do it. It's just like
right,
looking at the
right, looking
this
at the
doesn't
stat
add up
sheet,
to
looking at the
normal.
scoreboard.
We're way below average, of the actual statistics.
There was some really, really bad racing that I saw, and bad in the sense of like when you look at those numbers and you're just like, that was not good. And I shout out to Chris Whitfield because I texted Tyler and was like, Chris Whitfield should win every D7 race ever, and then I realized he races in D5, so that doesn't actually count. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Chris.
I just let it go.
Yeah.
I had enough going on. I was like, you know what? I don't want to get into this with PJ right now.
But I did see Mike Boehner closed up one in Super Gas. He got one done on Sunday. Who else? Who else won? That's Super Gas. Did he not win in Super Gas? What class was that? Oh, that might have been Super Street. Okay.
Wait, what? Hold on.
He was
I
in
was
the
reading
Camaro.
the comment. Wait, what?
He was reading Mike.
Oh, he won Super Gas in the second race.
No, he didn't. Not on these points, it don't look like.
Yeah, dog, you looking at the wrong shit.
Bruh, I'm looking at division points, nationals, whatever. All right. Anyway, looking at the runs that everybody else made.
He was 4 and 4th out under. Sick nasty. Just look.
I know he did good. We'll look at stock first. Kyle Rizzoli, obviously.
Yeah, somebody better beat him soon. Beat him soon.
Yeah. Hey, he did lose third round, second race. He did win the first one, and then Darren Grossi, though, shout out to him. I saw that he I believe won Mike Super. I don't know, man. His points are wrong. Someone needs to call division. I saw him win. I know that Mike won something. I said that, but we're talking about stock right now. Darren Grossi, he won the driver interviews. If you guys follow driver interviews, shout out to Bobby. They did like which of the Grossi cars is the best. I obviously picked the Corvette because it's the coolest one. But he won in that Dodge that he has. Yeah. So he won in stock too. So they're tied at 156 at the top.
They have a lot of the Grossi family's got a lot of cool stuff, but not that they'll ever see this. But I finally have an 8-second super stalker. So like, if you could not give me any horsepower at all,
hey,
please.
You know what? We're gonna get to that conversation here in a second too.
No, I want to go 8s. Okay, I'm out of money. Okay, out of money.
We gonna get to that one. So who won stock at? I missed it here. Here we go. Bruce Castle. Yeah, shout out to Bruce Castle. I do winning stock at Orlando. That's kind of cool. I don't know how many he has, but
that's the first. But it's I heard him say a stat over the PA, and I really don't know Bruce that well. Has he been racing for like a really long time and stuff?
Yeah, he's a Ford guy.
It's like was that his first and he's been trying for over 50 years. That was his first.
Wow, I did hear.
I don't know that.
I did hear that same thing happened
same
thing happened in Phoenix. Or no,
okay,
no. Orlando. Orlando Super Street.
Okay.
Obviously I can't look up those points, but that guy has been racing forever.
I do know that.
And Bruce. Okay, so Bruce won his first too. So a lot of firsts going on. All that to say, there was a lot of things happening between Phoenix and Orlando. Who else won? Ryan McClanahan got a win. Randy
and a semi.
Yeah, he's 178 through the first two.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all can't figure out. Here's the deal. There's Kyle Rizzoli and Ryan McClanahan, and there's a long list of others in D7. Yeah. But if y'all want to grab those two right now in the last 3 years, and I don't care what you do. Knife in the tire, unhook the battery. I don't care. But y'all better figure something out.
Always drive
y'all ain't gonna win. Y'all ain't gonna win.
Nah, because they tried that. Rizzoli done wrecked one, and he's still back at it and killing it. So
that's when he bought the one from us.
Yeah, can't even get rid of him. So Ryan McClanahan and Randy Loge, both got a win, and then in D2, Andrew Collins. I don't know Andrew. What kind of cars he drive?
Roy Hill.
Oh, okay. He's in the Mustang.
Yeah.
FSS quadruple A or something?
I don't know, dude. After I lost, I was so
I
couldn't tell you what happened. But I do know something happened because that was the hat bag good for both of them. But I don't know.
I get it.
It was some first time winners. I think that was his first for sure.
Awesome. Back on the West Coast in Super Comp, Cecil Wiles got a win in one of the doubles. And no, I'm sorry, you got a runner up. Who else here? Cody Stevenson got a win, who I also don't know. And I believe Gabe Torres got a runner-up. So the double out there obviously makes it a little harder because they're getting so many more points right off the rip, and they're kind of jumping out there. But Alan Eccles, Eccles has the silver undercover, right? With like the blue.
I don't know. I was
going
going to ask you about that.
I think that's who that
I don't
is.
go out west that much.
No. And the D2, the guy that won Orlando, he was in a silver dragster?
Now, I thought you were talking about the Phoenix.
Oh,
okay. So now I don't know what you're talking about.
D2 Super Comp winner was Alan Eccles. Did you see him? Do you know him?
Yes. Okay.
He's in a silver undercover, correct?
I don't think it was silver.
All right.
But undercover's right, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Alan. He got the win in Super Comp. And then, obviously, back to Super Gas. I do believe Mike won something. So, if Mike, if you won, you need to call up NHRA. They ain't got your points on there yet. I guess it is only Tuesday, so maybe not. But overall, like I said, Phoenix looked like an awesome facility. I've been there once. It looked cool with the new setup, but I'm interested to see how D7 continues to pan out. Like I said, it was very glaring to me to watch runs and them not be stellar, especially after what we saw at Bradenton for our opening race. Like, those guys were like every hit. Like, I was watching stick cars make crazy runs, so it was a little glaring for me.
Stick cars, crazy runs. Larry Leeser.
Oh yeah, he runnered up.
Well, first off, like, I don't know the full thing, but I'm pretty sure they like pretty much tossed him out of the stick shift series because he's just whipping the hell out of them. Yeah. And so I get to looking, he's got a 3-round lead in the All-Stars going into Orlando. And he put another 3 rounds on him.
And he's a D2 guy.
Yeah.
Man, good for shout out to Larry beating him up in a stick car. What kind of car is it?
It's a 67 or 8 Camaro, but it's a 5-speed B modified car. It goes 870s.
Baby. Damn, Andy's fast, dude. It's 80 under. You said B modified, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
He went 75 next to me on a qualifier.
Man, that is stout. So a lot of things taking place. We're going to start to see a lot of things actually take shape because D2 is going to get another divisional this weekend, which we'll get into the baby Gators. But before we go too far away from Phoenix and Orlando, let's talk about the elephant in the room. And it's like a 1.3 pound elephant in the room. My guy goes 130 under with the 350 in the Camaro, and he gets tagged on Monday.
They're pissed about it too, huh?
What do you know about it?
I mean, I can tell you what I do know about it is that I owned a Nova a couple years ago, and it's worth a lot more money than it was then now.
Yeah.
But so I did see him. I did see him in the fuel check line when I was going up for Super Comp after Q2.
Yep.
Pretty damn sure of it. And they say he failed fuel check.
Okay.
So the run shouldn't have counted, but they gave it to him anyways. I don't know how to feel about it. Okay, follow the rules.
Yeah.
And
so what's your opinion? Yeah, I mean, let's give you. Look, I don't know the guy either, so this is not a knock on him.
Yeah, I don't really know him. I know he's got a fast ass car. Always has.
I will say this. If he can go 130 under, your combo's blowed anyway.
Well, that's
y'all been cheating. I don't want to hear dick off from y'all.
Well, they ain't even cheating. It's just like it's bogus. But like, here's
that's
my
what I'm
thing.
saying. They've never been checked.
Yeah. Well, if they follow the rules, like, hey, your fuel didn't pass. You're out. Run doesn't count. Right. If you do that all the time, what can I say? Right. Sure. Like, you're following your rules. But at the same time, like if I'm running, say I'm running GTH automatic.
Yeah.
And I go 102 under the index, and I cross the scales, and I'm 5 pounds heavy for GTI automatic.
Yeah.
You know what they do? They toss the run.
Yeah.
And don't count it.
Yeah.
That is how freaking stupid is that? You are now tossing out a run that could trigger my combination.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it is bogus.
Yep.
Because I am too heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be only if you're too light, right? In
Dumb
reality.
as shit.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've said this.
I get the point, but it's stupid.
You've known this since the day I got into it. Y'all better hope to God I don't ever get money.
Oh, we're working on it. Don't worry. We're working on it.
Y'all better hope to
You gotta
God
ram it
because
straight up there.
because
The whole way.
I'll hit it once. Oh, y'all didn't like the first time I tagged it? I'll go out there and tag that son of a bitch again. I do
That's how I
not
feel
care,
about
man.
it.
I'm in the
I'm over it.
I get it, right? I understand the super stock like legacy of it, and I get the part, and everyone's like, protect.
Yeah,
our
this is the
now
legacy.
Unfortunately,
no, this is the legacy.
Again, but he does hurt now. The only thing that it sucks is that it impacts all 350s, 69s, right?
It's with stock. I get a little confused, but yes, basically there's a different
Sure.
head.
Sure.
There's a different.
Yeah, you can put the
there's a
OEM.
different
Now the OEM head's
system.
actually
I
probably
don't.
better.
Well, no, I don't. Stock, you can't really do that. I don't know the deal with stock.
Okay.
Okay, like you can't.
So there's a
yeah,
bunch
it's
of
a
different
deal.
But point overarching, it does impact a lot of people. And I get that everybody's mad. And also, but I also get the flip side of the coin. He's like, look, dude, I can go that fast. If I can go that fast, I'm like, and I get it, man.
He's never done it though. That is the weird
Right.
part. Like it is odd because he's
Sure.
like he's always had a fast car, but he's never like
He
done.
just went out there and
I don't really
he
know.
just laid the bottle to it.
Well, but that's not even the
Fix
biggest
this
part.
whole
Is
thing.
they're all pissed off at Papora too.
Yeah. Oh, because he tagged his too?
Yeah, but he did it all last year. He just changed cams or whatever.
Oh,
Changed
okay.
combinations, stayed in the same motor, but changed combinations.
So I think, for
No
those,
kidding, and they are hot.
this is why it's amusing to me. And I've never been fast, so I get it. It's not for me to really be in the discussion. I have the same conversation about splitting at
me
big money
too.
races. I'm never gonna be the fastest guy, and I'm not gonna be in the $1 million race to have that discussion about. But my opinion of it is,
I did that once.
if you know what I'm saying though, if I was fast, I promise y'all would not wouldn't nobody share their information with me. Wouldn't nobody be trying to help me? Because I'll tag that some bitch again. I do not care if I had it to tag it. I don't have it to tag it, so it's not my problem. But
you got to.
I
promise
think
I found it.
I do think it is tough. He's getting a lot of flack, and I don't know that it's. I don't know if it's
What are you gonna
warranted.
do about it? If he
Yeah.
wants to swing it, he swings it.
What's 15 horsepower? I mean, how much?
Oh, it's 170 pounds.
170
an H,
pounds.
I
Okay,
think.
170
Yeah.
pounds. So
No,
think,
it's an anchor, son.
but think about that. You talk about an anchor, and he can still go a second under. He could put
Yeah, but,
170
like,
pounds and
that's-
still go a
well,
second under.
I mean, yeah, but like you gotta. I get it. The LS1 Firebird when it was the shit. Like it didn't. They didn't get it one time and it fixed it.
Right.
Well, they murdered it.
Yeah.
I think the guy that owns this.
You
the guy
know
that
it's
owns
bad.
the motorhome
You know
murdered
it's
it.
bad when the horsepower is above the cubic inch of those motors, like way above. That's how you know it's
31 horsepower above. Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
And I can put it in a Corvette, and it's 30. It's like 300 pounds or some shit.
Yeah. So I think all in all, like I said, that was probably the highlight of the weekend for me, seeing that this morning or seeing that yesterday, because I find it amusing anytime that happens.
I played the game. I played the game when we ran J automatic. Okay.
Sure.
I took care of it.
Yeah.
I did my job, but dropped a hammer when I needed to, and I did all that. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. It's fine. But at the end of the day, I ain't mad at nobody that goes and drops the hammer on it, and lets it eat.
Right.
I did it once when I knew iTray was gonna die. I went down there and smoked that bitch, and I had people pissed off at me.
Yeah.
But it
Like I said, I think if it can be done, and I get that, right? If it can be done, though, like all you're doing is that's really the definition of sandbagging, because you're just going out there to lay the hammer to somebody who is maybe 90 under or a second under an H, and they don't have, but you can go 130 under, and all you're doing is protecting your combo the whole time, so that when the off chance you do get him, you can smoke him. And I get it, man. That's part of it. That's just not part of it to me. So like for me, it is what it is. Shout out,
really
his name's Kevin something or no, right? Shout out to Kevin, man, for going 130
Kevin
under.
Anderson, yeah.
I hope
Shout out,
I hope
dude.
it all works
Good
out for you.
that is
So
not gonna grow our views.
it might, maybe on the wrong. It just
I don't
depends on
even
which
care.
side of the fence you're on.
Dude,
And
I don't
you can
care.
have an opinion too about it. That's the other thing. Is like I'm interested to know people's opinions about it, because I get both. I do see both sides. I'm just like not that stressed about it, man. Like I just do my job to avoid that guy and heads up any chance I can if I was an H, I guess. All right, well.
Not anymore.
Thank you, Gene, also for noting that Mike won Sunday in semi. They ain't got his points on there, so I don't know if he was running something else or what. But
Are you in the correct division, sir?
Yeah, sir, you're at the wrong racetrack. All right, well, that was Orlando and Phoenix here, and I do want to talk about this briefly. Is Lights Out 16, and I want to get your opinion. I've said this. This kind of stemmed from two things. One, I saw somebody post about the no time. South Georgia made a post about it. Basically, on the flow feed, they didn't have the trigger to turn off no time, so it did show the people's times. As I've stressed, if you don't want to know what other people's cars run, you got to take it to somewhere where they ain't got scoreboards. Because I just think that's the silliest shit of all time.
But the problem that I have with it is that they No, you act like you don't know what these people can go.
That's where
Yeah.
I'm at. Like, I'm
You
like,
tell me
what
you
are we
ain't,
really
for one,
doing?
you ain't got one of these little box things that all these kids got. They put in their shit and haul ass down the road, and it gets pretty close. I've seen them. They get real damn close.
Wait, that's a
Kind of
thing?
scary. Oh, it's a real thing. Yeah, it's kind
Oh
of sketchy.
my God.
And I don't even like to talk about it because bracket racers will take that shit. Next thing you know, it's at NASA, and we can just But like, I've seen it when these guys test at my place, no time, and they've got this little thingy sitting in their passenger seat, and it's like, damn, man, yeah, it's within 200s. You know.
All right, that's outrageous. We
So,
gonna
but like
we
what
gonna
I'm saying
skip
is
right.
that
Yeah,
they all
that's-
know what everybody runs.
Right.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. It's like I just
You
don't
know?
really see getting upset about it, and I just don't see why it matters. But again, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know their racing. It's like I don't even know their rules because I don't get it. But I will say the other.
I
piece,
think it's cool as shit, though. I will say.
I
but
get
like,
I
at
get
the
what they're
same time-
doing. It's like who gets there first, and there's no time. It's just a light, right? You win or you win, right? And so you don't really know. You're kind of getting into it based on certain. There's an element of that, and it's cool. I just felt like that's kind of angry. I mean, you're kind of. I guess that takes away from the slower cars. They're like, well, I don't want to race this guy or whatever.
Yeah, but if they, that ain't nobody not know.
All right, so that's your feelings. Everybody does know.
Yeah, we
The
just
other-
mad about it. Huh?
The
We
other
gonna
part,
act like we don't know.
the other part of Lights Out, and someone's got to explain this to me. Why is it exciting to watch cars wreck at a Lights? I don't see any
Why?
enjoyment.
I love it, dude. Dude, you just ain't redneck enough, okay? You came from the north side,
Bro,
okay?
I love NASCAR. I love to see a good wreck.
Oh, yeah, you love to watch them go in circles and crash. I like NASCAR. I like to listen to NASCAR podcasts so I don't have to listen to more bullshit about drag racing during the week.
Sure.
Okay, and then that makes me watch NASCAR. But every hillbilly loves to watch somebody drop the hammer on some 275 radials and blow that bitch over backwards.
See, I'm gonna be
okay?
honest with
Every
you.
hillbilly
None
in
of it.
America loves
That whole thing just does not. I don't get it at all, too, because I'm like, damn. Now you gotta work on that thing again. You gotta take that pile of shit home and work on it.
Hell yeah, blow that bitch to smithereens. Try again. Yes, that is me. Thank you.
All right. Well,
Yeah, right here.
let us know in the chat, man, if y'all dig the Lights Out thing. It's not for me. Like I said, I don't get it. I don't watch it. The only thing I watched was the main show, which was like Ken Quartaccio, him again. And
Who is smoking?
yeah,
like
that guy
you
does
wanna
it on
talk about top
every
25
tire
shit
he's
right
got.
now?
Yeah, that's crazy.
moving his way right up to the top.
Yeah. I'm concerned with that. The wild there. That is he is fast, hella fast. So I do get that part of it. That part was cool because those cars typically make it down the racetrack every time. They're not trying to blow the you know what I mean? Like they're blowing up, but they're not wrecking everybody every time. So that class, whatever it was, I kind of saw.
You talking about the
something.
one King Q ran?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Those are bombs. They're trying to blow them.
Yeah, they're trying to blow them up, but they're not trying to wreck them. I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm
Because they
talking
either
about
go or
the
they don't.
the
kind of
blowing up thing.
right?
I get that's just part of trying to go fast. I mean, the wrecking thing, I don't get at all.
I mean, I'm looking at the guy. My guy's taking a nap on my couch over here that prepped the racetrack. Hey, them radio cars, they either just go or they don't, right? Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, we got Jeb in the background, by the way, too. I don't know if y'all know, best race director in the country. Guy can't even legally drink yet. And
No.
he's already the best. Interesting. All right. Well, that's it for Lights Out. I don't want to spend too much time because it's just not really my thing, and I don't know
They
enough
set a
about it
bunch
to
of
speak of it.
records, though.
I do know that too. So shout out to Duck for continuing to make money and
Yeah.
being maybe quite possibly the worst human being in drag racing on the internet.
He's a pretty. I mean, he gets it though.
Oh, yeah,
right? He
he's a
should
kid. Look,
WWE guy.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
exactly
understand.
it. He
That's
should
like
be in
people
the-
not liking Kyle Busch when their ego's as big as Kyle
Look,
Busch's.
I get it. That's what I
Don't-
said. He
yeah.
wants to be Vince McMahon. He can do it. Do
Yeah.
your thing, bro. Do your thing. All right, the last piece is bracket racing kicked off this weekend. Bracket racing season is really kicking off this weekend as well.
Yeah, but Andrew Hill,
Which
get
one?
out of here.
Oh,
Shit.
Andrew, we'll talk about that.
no.
Yeah, I think bracket racing kicking off this weekend is huge, though, because I saw one thing I want to talk about is like bracket programs and grassroots racing is really, really hard to make money at if you're not getting a lot of cars. Music City here in Nashville has figured it out. They're just like, fuck it, we'll just have a $5,000 every weekend. Sick. Okay. So literally, if they're open,
They
it
had
is-
like 16 by June or something.
it is $5,000 to win every weekend that they are open for points.
Oh, this year?
No, always for the last like 2 years, it's been that way.
Yeah, it was like 16 of them though before June.
Oh yeah, they don't care. They're just maxing it out. Now, there's also some fatigue that goes in that. That's not the point. Point being is that it's really hard to do it. So
It's
there's
bad.
tracks like Norwalk who figured it out a long time ago. There are tracks like obviously the ones on the West Coast who have managed to keep, like, they have like a little bit of more of their people are there. They have to, that's only the places they can go. But it's hard to make money having a local bracket race. Montgomery International, I know that they're doing a thing now with race cars. Last year they did a roadster with Pinnacle Race Cars. Tim Takish and who I forget his partner over there, but they just gave away a roadster and Brandon Taylor got to pick it up this weekend. Sick. It's, I was like, that is Norwalk kind of invented. I think Norwalk was the first track to
that's
do
what
it. I used to race at Norwalk, and it's the coolest thing ever when you're in like a tournament style thing to race for a dragster. Yeah, you're just like, this is so sick. So like, that's awesome. Montgomery gets it too, and so Montgomery kicked off last weekend. I think the same guy runner up twice. They had a bunch of.
What about Mitchell Seymour? Didn't he win Friday night?
Oh, that may have been what it was.
Hey, I just want I don't know if it was or not, but I just want to talk about that dude. Sick. Okay.
What's he
I don't know,
driving?
like,
Which car
He's
is he?
driving that Chevy too.
Okay, yes, he did. Yes, yeah. That's it.
That's him. Yeah. Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
I think that when bracket racing picks up too, kind of everything like feels a little elevated because now you're like,
Yeah.
all right, and
Because those dudes care. Like in bracket race, like when
Yeah.
I come over here, nobody really cares. You know,
it's a
Nobody
lot.
really
Well, it's
cares
way
because-
different for sure. Yeah, it's way
well,
different.
the egos are really high, but it's more about like life, not really.
Yeah, it's
racing.
about, hey, my
But
rig,
like you go
my
bracket
rig is
racing,
yeah.
right? Yeah, but when you go bracket racing, like this is what these guys do. So their ego is who's better,
Yeah.
and it's like I've been in that circle, and it's hard. Like it's sketchy and
Yeah.
scary, but those dudes, like, yeah, that's when it elevates.
Yeah. Shout out to our stat guy too, Adam, down here in the bottom. He's helping us out with the stats. Mitchell Seymour did win the shootout Friday night. That's what it was
Yeah,
off the bottom.
sick.
And Larry Hambone, I should have remembered that. He's
Yeah.
the other part of Pinnacle Race Cars. So Brandon Taylor, let us know when you get the roadie done because we want to see it. Tyler said he's going to drive it, so we're excited to see what happens there. He may drive that one before his is done. Who's to say?
Yeah.
But no, bracket season, bracket racing is upon us. Let us know where your racetrack is, man. Where you at and what's your track doing? That's what I'm really most interested in because I think
I'm really interested.
my
That'll help
point
me
being is
build
like
my
how you
program.
get to, well, like running a local bracket race, running at your local track every weekend, right? It got to the point now where there's big money bracket races everywhere. You don't have to race at home if you don't want to.
But like London, okay, look at
Yeah.
London. London got the formula, dog. And then like ours is pretty cool. I still love the Friday night bracket racing.
Yeah, 1,000%.
It's still way cool.
I think that's what I'm saying is like you guys, and you have a niche audience in the sense of like
Mm-hmm.
racers that are supportive from Louisville to Bowling Green to, I mean, I came from that. Like that's racing under the lights is always the most fun. Friday, Saturday nights, that's like the best. And I think that it's an interesting is how do we continue to grow grassroots again? Because it got to the point now where like people are like, well, I'm not racing my car for $1,200. And it's like, all right, bro, then don't go. I don't care.
It'll
Like
come
I'm
back.
like,
I think it's
that's
we're
what I'm
losing.
saying is like you're still going to see it's going to be an elevated payout. I don't think you're going to see $800 payouts at racetracks. That's just not going to happen. But like I just saw someone announce, Dragway 42 just announced $5K every points race for Super Pro.
Yeah.
The only thing is there is fatigue money wise there.
You know what? You know what's gonna fit. You know what will bring it back? What will bring money to it though? Is if NHRA gets some competition in the
Yeah,
sanctioning body realm.
1,000%.
If
Yeah, and I think
IHRA
that's
can
cool.
actually hit the mark,
Yeah,
then all that money is going to be driven in
Yeah.
because competition is going to grow the business,
and I
and we
hope
need that again.
I think
because
so
it's not
too.
growing.
Yeah, I think that's where it's like, where are we going to see some growth? And I think that is
Why
like
did
you
big
said.
money bracket racing grow so quickly? Is because it was competition, and
Yeah.
we didn't treat it as competition because we knew what we were doing for the sport. You know,
But it
Peter-
ends up
Peter
being a little
started
bit
it.
of a competition, right? Because
in a way. Well,
there's the-
yeah, I
you
mean,
know, and that's what I'm
obviously,
saying.
we've got moments.
Well, this
you know.
weekend is a perfect example. Galen and Britt and those guys, the
Doing a
100K.
great job.
Yeah, the 100K is this weekend, right? And so
Yeah.
they're really kicking off the 2025 big money.
And they get there early, you know, they do. They
Yeah.
get in the early part of the season, and I think they got a little too early. I think people with bracket racing have been getting a little slacked off because the money's getting bigger.
Sure.
And there's not a ton of there's never been a bunch of 50s and 100s before April or May. Never has.
Yeah. Well, because
And I think
everybody's
they
still
might
trying
have
to
hit a
figure
little
their
early,
shit
but
out.
like Gulfport brings those racers anyways.
Yeah. And
Like,
Gulfport's open, I feel like, all year round. What do
Yeah.
they take, like
I-
1 month
It
off?
is. Yeah. I don't even know if they do that anymore, but like it's gonna succeed. It's just I don't think they're ever going to get that 500. You know that.
Well, this one's only the 100K, right? So it works out good for them. It's 240s, I think, right? Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
Yeah, they'll have great car count. They're just not going to – I don't think that race this early ever brings a mega car count.
Yeah. Well, it's a good start to the season. I think after this you go to what's the next one? April's really like the first big ones, right? This really kind of starts in April, and then the first TB races in May.
You got Vegas and stuff. And
yeah,
then
Vegas will have their fling.
Kick off in April,
yeah, so it's really going to start to heat up. And I'm interested to see how the bracket racing and how our top 25 plays out. Obviously – now with the 100K this weekend, we'll have a new top 25 now because we'll have a full-on bracket race. We'll have all of our stock, super gas, super comp, top sportsman, top dragster, top alcohol. We're going to have all of it. We're going to have a new top 25.
We didn't have no alcohol last week. That sucked.
They did on the West Coast. Maddie Gordon won.
Oh, that's cool shit.
Yeah, she won again. So I was like, all right.
I didn't see alcohol.
Yeah. Every time I would turn on the YouTube, it would be top alcohol or top dragster. I'm like, how am I timing these incorrectly? That's the first thing I see. I go on here to like, oh, I want to watch stock or super stock. Nope. This is what you're getting. And then I would somehow go, I'd rewind and I'd be like, next thing I know, it's super gas again. And I'm like, if I see another 75 bulb out here, I'm going to drive my car into the wall.
They're hard to hit the tree in.
Yeah, that could be it. All right. Well, those are the headlines. And, it's now one of our favorite parts. Andrew Hill is here as well, so we're going to get his feedback in the chat. Tyler, tell us our combo of the week.
Maybe he'll see this. Walt, tell him I can't answer right now.
Walt, who's that? Is that Thomas Marlowe?
Yeah, dog. Tell him I can't answer
Thomas Marlowe, we can't pick up, dog. We'll call you back. We'll hit you on the cellular.
Combo of the week? Okay, I was supposed to have a lot. This was supposed to be live.
Yeah, we were supposed to get Monty Joe here to give us the word.
Yeah, Monty Joe, I don't know if y'all looked at Comp Eliminator, center through 88 under in qualifying, which is sick.
Also, before you tell the combo, too, Walt did point out, and Walt, that's why I was saving this one, but he did point out that your boy Monty is a 130-point lead in All-Stars.
Oh, God. I guess that means he's going to where? I guess it's at Dallas again.
Yeah. Tough.
He's going to Texas. Good job.
So tell us about Monty.
It was real
Joe's
tough out there. I will say it was real tough out there for him. 3 rounds, 3 red lights. Yeah, go buddy.
Hey, let me tell you. I'll tell you the same thing I tell Brian. Tell you the same thing I tell Brian. They don't ask you how you got it when you take the check to the bank, dog.
He will ask me.
Yeah, fair.
Brian asked me every time.
Were they even any good? You lucky son of a.
They were terrible. You piece of shit. Like
my dad says the same thing. I'm like, damn, you didn't even look at my side of the scorecard. You were just assuming.
You know how bad it is? Mike Whitworth is a nicer person than Brian Whitworth.
Man. Tough out there. All right, tell us the combo of the week.
Okay. All right, sorry. Got a little off track there. All right, so this is Lee and Carolyn Sharp owned, Monty Bogan driven. H altered automatic. It's a G5. I think it's a B&B. Yep. G5. The H altered automatic. It's a 298 cubic inch splayed valve motor.
Okay.
3-speed A1 Cohen converter. It weighs 2,900 pounds. Went 826 at 161.
Oh, baby.
298 inch motor.
298 splayed valve. That means that they got to change valve springs almost guaranteed. In the middle of a race. Am I right?
Oh no. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
For sure. Like they're making 3 qualifiers, and then by second round, they're definitely changing valve springs.
I made 6 runs with one and broke 4.
88 under and getting chased in super mod.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's got to be tough, though, for real. You want to talk about something that's hard? Like you're the slower car in the field by 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, because they
30,
have they
30
got
mile an hour, 20 mile an hour, and you got to kill 3/10 just to get to them.
That's what makes
still take
comp so cool, man.
60.
I think it's an underrated. I wish that it's crazy because it's almost something that's unachievable for 98% of racers. Let's be realistic, right? For 98% of drag racers, comp is never going to be in your realm ever. I could watch it all day long. Someone could ask me to drive and I wouldn't be close enough to drive it, okay? That's how extreme this class is, but it's also really, really impressive when people do win. The way that it happens and how all that stuff goes is very.
Hey, and now that he's in here, I can say it. If you want some headers for a Comp Eliminator car, you want that smoke.
Wes Collins got that smoke.
Wes Collins.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna tell Wes this. Wes, you gotta get off the internet. You over here. I know you ain't. No wonder you had to weld late. No wonder you had to weld. No wonder you had to weld late because you was on the internet all day. Maybe if you welded a little more during the day.
But he's got CNC machines going too. So like
I know he's out there cooking.
I've
been trying to get Wes to get me everybody's always talking about headers because I've only had one nice pair of headers ever, and everybody's like, man, let me do a set of headers. I would love that. I just don't have the time to bring my shit to you to wait. Because I know it takes a lot of time to build those headers. I know it does, with all the bins and all the welding and all that stuff. So
he's quick. He can do a set in a few days.
All right. Well, should we test that theory?
No, I know he can. He can probably do it. I bet Wes can do us. He can get us in and out in 24 hours, guaranteed.
All
right. Money back guaranteed.
Wes, let me know if you're ready to take on that bet, my guy. 24-hour money back guarantee. On a set of 66 Chevelle headers. All right, we're going to talk about the biggest event. I don't know if it's the biggest event happening this week, but it is one of the larger ones, and I want to know your thoughts on it, Tyler. Is World Series of Pro Mod. What's your theory?
Thomas texted me, but World Series Pro Mod, I'm going.
So here's my. How are you going to run? How are you going to run the Baby Gators and that?
I ain't running the Baby Gators.
Okay.
I'm at the Baby Gators. I'm in stacking at the Baby Gators. I'm going to park at the Baby Gators, and I'm leaving the Baby Gators.
So you are going to run Top Dragster at World Series of Pro Mod?
Yeah, my father-in-law got me a hot rod, and I don't know what I'm going, but I'm going to go test. He actually texted me and asked me when I was coming. I don't know. Late tomorrow night, early Thursday morning. Okay. But I'm going to go test, and then
what do you know about the race as a whole?
Oh, I don't know. I was there yesterday. They got a shitload of Pro Mod cars there.
Yeah, there's 80-some cars trying to qualify for 32 spots.
Dude, they're lined up for days.
Yeah. I will say this. I've been a Wes Buck guy since back in the day. Wes has supported me for in my music stuff. He was very supportive at the beginning, doing, articles and putting me on the 30 under 30 and doing different. And he's been... I would go as far to say that there has been nobody who has done more for drag racing as a whole, as an entire collection of a sport, than Wes Buck in the last 15 years.
Wait, Q1's Thursday morning for Top Dragster?
All right, thanks, Megan, for that update. Now, Tyler ain't never going to make that.
Can you send me the rest of that information, please?
We'll go over the schedule.
Okay.
But, yeah, Wes has done unbelievable things, I think.
Shit. Sorry. That means I gotta be there tomorrow. Damn.
All right. Tyler's off the rails. We can't. He is not ready for World Series of Pro Mod. I would like to note that.
All right. Let's go ahead. Continue. Sorry.
So, yeah, Wes is. What he's done is incredible. Now, World Series of Pro Mod, obviously the first year they did it at Bandamere. Unbelievable. Now they've moved it to Bradenton in the last few years, obviously working with Vic and all those folks, and I think it's really cool. Obviously, I'm not a super heads-up guy. That's not my thing. But I do enjoy watching it, and I'm going to watch it this week.
It's
80-plus cars qualifying for 32 spots. Let me just throw out some names on here for those wondering at home. Erica Enders, Melanie Salemi, Stevie Fast, Scott Palmer, the Pez Brothers, Chip King, Steve King, Kenny Lang, Alex Laughlin, Andrew Hondras, Tommy Cunningham, Jay Cox, just Ty Tutterow. Honestly, I'm just like throwing out random names on here. Nick Janik, Clay Cole. These are Travis Harvey, the Carolina Kid, Zach Sackman. I would go as far as to say is that there's never been a field like this ever in not the last 50 years.
In any kind of form of drag race.
That's pretty crazy. This is like pro stock level back in the day when everybody had, and they were.
Yeah, but there were still only 40 cars.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. Do you know? I don't know much about Pro Mod at all. I do know that they're fast as hell now, like crazy fast. But
yes,
who are you picking right off the rip?
Oh God.
Do you know like who's like number one to try to maybe do it?
Clue.
Me either. I'm just like look at.
Hey, you know who I'm going with? Jason Scruggs. Drop the hammer.
Oh yeah, Scruggs is out there too, right? No,
yeah,
Scruggs.
Hold on, no, he's farm shirt and it's sweet.
I don't think he's on this list, dog.
No way.
Wait, hold on. It's not in alphabetical order. Yeah, it is. It's alphabetical order. Jeez.
Ain't on there.
H P. Yeah, he's not on there.
All right, I'm over it.
Sorry, Scruggs. Do you want to pick another person?
Nah, I'm out.
All right. Look, I think the coolest one.
This game has rats.
Antron Brown, Lyle Barnett, Amber Franklin, Tommy, just the folks that are going to be there. I couldn't pick. If you were picking them out of a hat, obviously there's going to be somebody out there that's like, hey, this guy's obviously the horse to beat. If you know, Ken.
Oh yeah, duh. Damn, this guy got me. Ken Corticchio. That's what I want.
He's not listed on this sheet.
Then stop. Stop.
Oh yeah, he is. Here he is. Okay,
he's leading the points.
You're right. Here it is. Okay, I see it now. I see it. I'm sorry. Q is before R. That's my bad. All right, so the Ken Q. You're picking Ken Q. Thanks,
I'm off the rails. You don't even know your alphabet.
That's my bad. All right, so Ken Q. You're picking him. I'm gonna go with.
It really is Q1 on Thursday.
Are you looking at the schedule?
Yeah, right now.
All right, let me go into the event info here. Schedule.
Yeah, leaving
So also, I can't find a list of top dragster or top sportsmen, so I don't know who else is there. But you're entered, which obviously you're going to be my pick. You're my horse always, even if you are a little limp going in there. There is what's your expectation for you like out there? I mean, obviously, how fast do you have to go to qualify for top, or is it everybody gets in?
No, I don't know. It's a qualified field, but I don't know if they fill it.
Okay. What is your plan of attack to get? This is fast brag. I mean, this isn't like, I understand you race 440s and I get that. Okay. Are you sure of that? You are committed to let go 00 and go dead on?
Yeah. It's at Bradenton off the top. I'm ready. I ain't felt this confident in like 2 months.
Hey man, shout out to Brian Whitworth who's told us we're top ball bracket racers. I get it.
I'm listening to my daddy Brian.
Fair enough. Well, I think the World Series of Pro Mods is going to be awesome. It's on Flow, I think. Yeah, it's on Flow. So I know that Adam will not be watching, but he'll be seeing this online. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be cool. Like I said, overall, it's the final 2 of the 3 points race, right, for the Pro Mod Winter Series deal.
Yes.
That Wes is putting on. Like I said, there's just nobody doing it better from that perspective, heads up and all that stuff. Promotion-wise, it should be every bit of be worth every dollar you spend on Flow for the month. All right,
I ain't gonna be BE00TAKE00 because those guys are going 380s.
I don't know. Look,
BE00
BE00 and just hope to God it lights up.
1 over is cool. I'm cool with 1 over. I'll take 1 over.
Yeah.
Set me 1 high, Jesus. Set me 1 high.
Megan's in the chat. Megan, what do you think your dad? I'm going to ask this question, then you can come back to it. But what do you think your dad's going to qualify at in Top Dragster? That's what I want to know. What's the number?
How much influence I have.
Chuck, I already know. Chuck just asked me what he's doing tonight. Chuck, I'm well aware of what you're doing. I see the video. I was going to do the same thing, to be honest with you. I just wasn't going to use a backhoe to pull on it. Chuck is fixing my accident on the ramp truck, and I apologize, Chuck. I'm sorry. I can't apologize enough. I won't drive anything else of yours. Go ahead.
Baby Gators next.
Yeah, I would like to talk about the Baby Gators.
Okay, I would love to talk about Baby Gators. We got class.
Yep.
I got a chance in FGTC. Well, Josh has a chance in FGTC.
You just said you're not racing.
Yeah. Listen, my name's on the side of it, but Josh is going to drive my super stocker.
Okay.
And then I got a super comp shoe too.
Oh, ooh, okay. Who's that? Do we get to know?
He hails from Tennessee.
Oh, well, okay. Who?
He's a super comp world champ.
Are we talking about John?
Yeah.
Oh, baby, the loose caboose?
Yeah.
Oh, by God almighty. Things have started to business is about to pick up, as they say. So Johnny Caboose.
Okay. So, and he looked at all my time slips and he said, I'll come fix it. And I said, okay, come drive it. Fix it.
All right. Well, I hope that works out. I hope Decker wins class in FGTC, and I hope Laboose wins. Man, you're gonna be cashing in if all that works out.
Oh, buddy, I listen. We're on our last dime, buddy. All in right here this week.
Let's let her eat, as they say. Well, it's been a pleasure. It really has. This is the weeks are picking up, and we're excited. We have a lot of interviews coming up this season. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed Troy Jr. and Jeggy. And hopefully, you know, we're gonna have Monty Joe on soon. I guess next week, supposedly. So word
he's gonna be live.
word on the street is before the Gator Nationals next week, we will have we'll have comp eliminator leader in the clubhouse for the All Stars for D2, Monty Joe Bogan.
He does good this week.
Yeah, let's hope that goes well. Thank you all for listening. Again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. That does us a solid. Share with your friends if you're enjoying it. Tell your friends who drag race, who don't follow, you know, who aren't friends with me on Facebook or Instagram or don't follow us. Let them know that there's a new podcast out there. We're talking all about racing. Next week, again, Top 25 will be back. So if you are listening and you plan on racing, I would suggest you get it together. Lock it up. If you got a problem with the list and you want to be on it, now's the time. Tyler's already rolled off of it. He hasn't had a great start, so he is out of the top 25 right now. We're working on that. So let us know. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight on another episode. This is episode 6. We made it this far, Tyler. Can you believe it? It's been 6 weeks.
I can't believe it. There's no way. We're getting close to the end.
Please don't let it be the end. This is my only creative outlet now. I'm not a good enough driver to do anything. Until next time, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us on the BE00TAKE00 show. I'm PJ North. This is Tyler Bohannon. We will see y'all next time.